Oh, that breakdown is sick. Welcome back. We're gonna check out some more anime intro openings. It's a bit redundant, isn't it? We're gonna check out more anime openings, OPs, right? Maybe that's more correct. Sorry, I'm having a boomer moment. What do you call it? Let's see. We got 5 more that we're gonna watch today, as per your recommendations from the comments. So as usual, please drop your recommendations below in the comments. I'll add them to the list, and I'll get around to them eventually, hopefully, God willing. Okay, anyways, we got 5 for you. We're gonna look at Btooom, or Btooom, Gunslinger Girl, Ranking of Kings, Solo Leveling, Season 2. I guess there's a difference. And then Zenshu, so telling you right up front, so hopefully that excites you. If not, then you've clicked away, and I apologize for disappointing you with the songs that I chose from the list. Yeah, so anyways, this has been a lot of fun. I really appreciate it. You guys have been recommending some awesome music. I don't know if you've been recommending awesome music or if just anime intros in general has awesome music. All right, cool. So without further ado, let's check out Btooom, opening number 1. All right, here we go. Excellent. Oh, it's so fun. The show looks really cool too. Is that a different singer? Or is that the same singer? Oh, that breakdown is sick. Oh man. It's scratching every itch. Oh, it's so good. Very cool. Oh, okay. Had like a, that like kind of typical intro. It was like slightly distorted, not overly distorted guitar. And then it kicked in. It had lots of breakdowns, really good rhythm chopping moments to just keep it super interesting. However, the biggest thing for me was like, it sounded like a completely different singer. So I'm not sure if that's 2 singers or if that's just one singer with like a freaking amazing ability to change their timbre. Because that intro versus like after it kicked in into like the first verse was a really dramatic change. So that was actually super cool. Rhythmically, that was fantastic. It was super fun, super interesting, lots of stops and kind of turns, and just overall, just a very dynamic song, and high energy, super satisfying melodically, just went to all the places you wanted. It was kind of weird because it kind of met every expectation I had. Like it went exactly where I wanted it to go. So like the resolve really hit, which I guess technically kind of makes it like generic or even cookie cutter, but I don't think that's a bad thing, because sometimes you just want to listen to something that you want to hit everything. It checks every box that you're used to. And I don't know, I don't really have anything negative to say about that, even though it may sound like a negative, stigmatizing statement to say it's generic, but it definitely wasn't like generic in the sense of like, oh, they sound like a bunch of stuff I've also heard. But like, I think where the notes are resolving, and like even rhythmically where it kind of like hits and picks up again, it landed on very expected beats, but in a very good way. So I actually really appreciated that, and I liked it, so thank you for that. Okay, next one we're gonna check out is the opening for Gunslinger Girl. I've never heard of Btooom, and I've never heard of Gunslinger Girl, so these are like shows I've never even heard of. So I don't even know if they're popular or not, but the music seems to be good nonetheless. So here we go. We're gonna jump in. Gunslinger Girl. Here we go. Okay. Bit of a symphonic kind of feel. Okay. Super distorted. It's all in my left ear too, so this was like, the mix is kind of interesting choice. That's weird. It's like the drums and bass are in my right ear, and then the singer, the vocals, and the guitar on my left. It's an interesting stereo mix. Dude, these girls are just like going crazy with these guns, and this song is so mellow. I love it. Okay, there's the other voice is now in my right ear. And it's in English, I just realized that. Wow. Wow. I don't know what's with YouTube just jumping into the next video like as fast as it can. Calm down, YouTube. Calm down. Whew, that was something. Okay, so musically, you know, very mellow, started a bit symphonic. Obviously had a lot to say lyrically. I think that was more of the focus. Was the emotion that was being portrayed as opposed to the musicality. However, that mix was just, I don't know if it was the video or if that is what they intended, because it had this nice like symphonic opening, and they had this really like, it sounded almost like the track was ripping kind of distortion. Like it didn't sound like distorted in a way where you wanted it to be like that. It actually sounded like something was wrong. But maybe that kind of feeds into the emotion, right? Like this somberness that you're feeling, and also like the being thrown off with that distortion sounding as if like the track itself is broken, like the machine that you're playing the music on is having an issue. So maybe that's like more of an artistic choice. And then another thing was the mix on the left and right. So like obviously, you know, it's in stereo. It's so mostly normally when you got a vocal, a lot of the times it's going to be like mono, meaning it's like both. Okay, so I don't want to get too technical, but you have a left and a right speaker normally, right? Because you have two ears. And so when you record something in stereo, what you're doing is like the same one audio wavelength is going in, but it's being duplicated across your left and right speaker. Mono is where when you record in, it keeps the one file coming out of both speakers simultaneously, so it doesn't like duplicate the audio. And so what it sounds like is, so most vocals or voiceovers are going to be on a mono track, so it can sit right up front. So when it's mono like that, usually it sits in the mix more center. And that's, you know, so your ears are having music going on, but then like you're focused on like the vocals, right? So with this mix, you had like the singer on your left ear with the guitar, which is interesting because the singer was in a range that kind of follows the guitar and called like, it's like the treble range, you know, and then you had the bass and the drums, which is interesting because normally when you're in like a bass clef, you have, you know, lower notes, lower note frequencies, but then the rhythm of the bass usually follows the rhythm of the drums, so they're kind of together. So it was an interesting choice to hear these. So rhythmically is in your right, and then tonal range was in your left, but then there was still some supporting melody with the bass in your right ear, which really was an interesting dynamic. And then the male voice that came in later, which was bassier than hers, sat with the bass. I'm surprised that maybe they didn't. I wonder what that would have sounded like if they had crossed over, where you had like maybe guitar and drum in your left ear and then singer bass, and then when the bass came in, it kind of sat over the higher pitched notes anyways. But so I think from that song, musicality, it didn't really do much for me, but mixing, like the dynamics of the song is what's really like intriguing. So maybe that's what they're going for. It felt very artistic. It felt like a very artistic piece. I'm not, you know, obviously all music is a form of art, but like this one just kind of stood out as a little more avant-garde, you know. So thank you for that. I appreciate that. That was trippy too, to see all these like little like girls shooting freaking, you know, P90s and stuff and sniping with like such a sad piece of music over it. So that was cool. Anyways, sorry, I'm babbling, I'm yapping a bunch today, but I mean, I had a lot to say about that one. Okay, cool. So the next one we're gonna check out is called Ranking of Kings, which sounds pretty epic, you know? So hopefully we get like the expectations are met. Anyways, all right, here we go. Jumping in. Ready, go. Wow. Dude, every stringed instrument is just going insane right now. Ooh. Oh, that's funky. Holy moly, this is intense. It's very K-poppy, which is good. That's not a bad thing. Oh! Whoa! This is so interesting. That was intense. It was such a mellow, happy song without crazy effects. And then you had like shredding, like absolute. It was like freaking, it was like Vivaldi or Liszt or something. It was just like you had like some shredding going on behind this, and the singer's range is and control is just phenomenal. They were just, it sounded like masters of their craft just playing around. You know, and like it's like they make it look easy, but they're like freaking serious professionals. And that was a very, very happy song. But man, the strings you had going, it kind of was like a mixture of like violin with guitar, but like it blended perfectly. And then all of a sudden the guitar would just have these runs, you know, that was just like, where'd that come from? And then it got like super groovy. And I think what I liked about the singer was like there were moments where like you're kind of like riding a wave, and then they go like, and then they kind of like go up and like they take you for a journey. So I think melodically, it was a very adventurous song. It was a very adventurous record to be able to. It was very fun, and it matched the visuals because it's, you know, it seemed very like, you know, whoever the king is like a young guy, and you know, the art was very, very simple, you know, very cutesy, you know, it wasn't like super detailed and like over the top, like dramatic. It was very light. And so I think the music fit perfectly, but like, holy moly, like melodically, there was so much going on in that song. And it was very, very fun. I really liked that anyway. So thank you for recommending that. Okay, cool. Next one is Solo Leveling Season 2. I don't know if I've even listened to Season 1, but here we are. It was on the list, so I'll have to go back and check. I'm forgetting what I've already listened to. If I heard the music, I'd probably go, oh yeah, we listened to that. But the names aren't sticking in my head for some reason. But yeah, Solo Leveling Season 2 Opening 1. That's a mouthful. Definitely didn't expect that singer with that intro. Very industrial. That guy's got a really deep voice. Oh, it's got a galloping rhythm. Like you're really running through something. So that's fitting the visuals of the movement. It's very epic. Nice little breakdown. I don't feel like it's gonna explode into anything though. I think it's gonna just keep the same tone. Yeah. It didn't feel like it was building towards anything. That was a rather abrupt end. But yeah, that was cool. Not a whole lot melodically going on. I mean, obviously she was like belting, but like the way they mixed it just really put the instrumental over the vocals in terms of my attention, where my attention was. Rhythmically, it was very gallopy, very good for movement, running, you know, action kind of scenes that are more like climactic. It's not just like a generic battle, it's like a battle that means something. Like you're building up towards something. It's kind of like the breakthrough moment for a character. This is kind of this is what they've been working for the whole show. That's the kind of sound that galloping rhythm and intensity really creates, you know? So in that regard, it was super cool because it feels like you're going through like a climactic moment in a character's journey. Even if you don't know what's going on, like you just feel like you're a part of something like that emotionally. The really deep voice kind of reminded me of like the Mongolian throat singing kind of thing. Not exactly, but like that's kind of the timbre. And interesting choice. Not the wrong choice, but just different. I definitely wouldn't have expected that. The beginning of the song sounded very industrial, you know. And then the singer was very clean for that kind of expectation. So that was a nice little unexpected turn of events. It's always, whenever something unexpected happens, but it's not done like out of key or, you know, in a dissonant way that's like offensive to your ears, it's good. I like it, you know, because it throws you off a bit. It kind of makes you go, oh, what was that, you know? So they did really good. Interesting. I think rhythmically it was fantastic. I think more than melodically. And it didn't really build up to anything. It kind of just started where it was and it stayed there the whole time. Which isn't a bad thing, you know, especially if you're only trying to look for a minute and a half, you know, of an intro. I just wonder how much that, like, why is that the emotion they chose to highlight the entire season? Because I haven't seen it, so I don't know, but like, that's the intro to every episode of that season. And they chose that climactic battle, galloping, forging, running forward kind of emotion to represent the entirety of that season. So I'm interested to see like how the music connects to the storyline. Anyways, thank you for that. And yeah, so next up, last but not least, maybe least, I don't know. We'll do a ranking at the end. Zenshu. Never heard of this show either. I've heard of Solo Leveling. That's the only one I've heard of today. Maybe because that's like the pop, super relevant, new, popular one. But yeah, so Zenshu, let's check it out and see what we got. Here we go. Just a good rock rhythm. Oh, that's very metal, not rock. That picking, and then you got like some like accents going on. Okay, nice little breakdown. Okay. I thought that was gonna like go into a much higher energy. Dude, what is this show about? They keep going from like the desert to like a movie theater to medieval times. There it is again, YouTube with that freaking just like, next video! Next video! Just instantaneously. No rest. Cool. That was, the guitars were doing way more than the singer. Like, she was obviously belting, just going off, right? But like, the guitars, so the rhythm guitar was doing like some, you know, rhythmic picking that was very, more metal influenced than like our normal rock feeling, that like kind of like that up and down strumming that's very rocky, but then that more rhythmic, you know, like that throwing in those little accents is very metal. And then there was also like a melody going on behind her, so there's like a counter melody, right? She's singing and then there's a counter melody on the guitar, and then the rhythm guitar is carrying the chord progression that the melody should go over, so it's more of an accompaniment, but because of those rhythmic accents that are off from the singer's line of rhythm, it kind of creates a syncopation as well that really just makes a lot going on, but it works. You know, it doesn't distract in a way where it ruins the song, or it feels like nothing's really truly competing for your ear. You can choose to focus on one or the other without losing the song, which is awesome. So that was very cool. Like, man, these songs today were so dynamic. They were very rhythmically, artistically mixed, focused. Very cool, very cool. Okay, so now I gotta rank them. Right, okay, here we go. Let's see. Okay, I think number 5 is going to have to be Solo Leveling Season 2. I did like it, and again, just because it's number 5 doesn't mean it was bad. It's just like, there's only 5 options. They gotta be 1 through 5, right? So if I had to pick, I would put Solo Leveling at number 5 for today, and then number 4, I would probably put I'd probably put Gunslinger Girl. Now, I think musically I like Solo Leveling better than Gunslinger Girl, but I do appreciate the dynamic artistic choices of the mixing. It made me think a lot more. So I would put that as number 4 over Solo Leveling for that regard. Okay, the number 3 is going to be Zenshu. You know, good song, good rock song, very clever rhythmic accompaniment. And then I would probably put Ranking of Kings as number 2. Very fun, but it just didn't hit everything like Btooom. Btooom was definitely number 1 for me today. So that was interesting. So thank you. If you have a different way you'd structure that 1 through 5, again, let me know in the comments, and then I'd be interested to see your 1 through 5s on how you would rank those. But yeah, so thank you for joining me today. I appreciate it as always. And keep sending me your recommendations, and I'll keep churning these videos out for you. Anyways, appreciate you being here. Thank you. God bless. Peace.